When your customers go to you to design their sites, are you guaranteeing them like a higher placement because of your experience with the optimization?
Yeah, so that's the interesting thing about our business is we don't provide services. So we build these properties and we own these properties, and we have advertising partners, for example, with our mortgage site that are the national lenders. So I don't come to you and say, hey, I'm going to optimize your website. I look for an opportunity where there's high volumes of searches, where that traffic is valuable because the cost per click is high, and where we think we can compete based on those sites that are showing up for the popular terms and whether or not they're effectively optimized. We just started providing services in a partnership format. So for example, I'm talking to one of the larger providers of sex toys in the United States, and we have an opportunity, if we wanted to go build a massive sex toy website and just run it off their affiliate program. And a lot of OEMs are having problems with this. They're getting killed by their affiliates who only have to focus on internet marketing while they have to run the business. I spoke to a guy who's the CEO of probably one of the largest mobile ringtone providers on the web. And he says, I can't compete with my affiliates because they spend all day long on their quality score with PPC, and they're going out and link building, and they're doing all the things that you need to do for search engine optimization, and I have to run my business. In some instances, we'll do services, and we're actually trying to create a small business product where we can, we call it site in a box, where, for example, if you are let's come up with an example. We're not building this in .NetNuke, by the way. Some of the back end will be run by it, but let's say you're an Orlando plumber, and you say, hey, it's like, I can't figure out how to get on the search engines, I'm just throwing money down the drain on my website. And we go, okay, great, would you like the site in the box? You come on, you log on, you say, look, I'm a plumber in Orlando, I service customers within 20 miles. We go check the keyword analysis on how people search in Central Florida for plumbing. It comes back, creates the architecture, all the meta tags, and here's your optimized site in the box. Would you like us to develop the content, or do you want to write the content? Do you want us to build the links, or would you like to build the links? So we're trying to package this into, rather than sort of the enterprise solution that we use for ourselves, into something anybody can use. And I think if we can do that, that's very scalable. You look at, something like, we're doing a pilot right now with masseuse, Orlando Massage. We also went and got the domain, orlandomassage.com. A lot of the local exact match domains are available, and the exact match is very powerful in search. If we charge him $99 a month for the site, he just gets 2 people, 2 massages, he's made his money back. So I think there's a system there to help. Small businesses are really challenged right now by the web, right? They go out and they try to buy clicks, and I don't care who you are, trying to buy clicks is a challenge. I can't figure out how Google's PPC works, which is why I focused on organic search. Even then, if you can figure out kind of how to use the system, which is convoluted, like if I'm a masseuse, I'm probably competing and buying clicks against a national kind of massage chain. And I'm never going to be able to buy clicks and compete against that. So my alternative now is to go get listed in yellowpages.com or Verizon Super Pages, and that doesn't do anything for my business. And then I hear about search engine optimization. So I go and hire a search engine optimization company. And I literally met a guy once who said, I charge people $500 a month and I don't do a thing. If their traffic goes up, they keep paying me, and if their traffic goes down, they cancel. And that's kind of, unfortunately, how the industry has shaped out. And so there's no real good social software out there to help small businesses publish their information in a way that's friendly with search engines. And I think if you can develop that, there's a real market for it. But if you have any clients that you think are interested in search services, we're always willing to talk to people. A lot of times we kind of flush out partnership opportunities there too. So like with the sex toy guys, we said, look, we can go build our own website, or it's not worth our time to provide you services. But what we will do is partner with you. And if we can make this thing a success, we want to take part in that upside. Because we would have to charge someone a lot more than they'd probably be willing to pay in order for us to make up for the opportunity cost of not spending our time on this, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm. You said you put a site up in like a week. You said your costs were between $7,000 and $10,000 to put the site up?
Yeah.
Is that like the incremental costs around that one site building it? Or is that all your research and think about it? It seems like a lot of time. Given the short amount of time, it seems like a lot of money.
Yeah, so when you think about it, we can go back to what Liz said. Let's say someone in our organization makes $1,000 a week.
Okay.
There's probably 5 people who work on that. plus I have to build in the cost of the roof over their head, the internet connectivity and everything else, so that's kind of how you get to the 7,000 to 10,000.
So it's like 5 people work on it for a week.
Yeah.
And what are they doing? Like generating content? What are they doing?
Yeah, you have writers generating content. Well, first you have the business analyst doing the research,
right,
and who then creates the entire kind of architectural framework for the site. That actually determines the editorial schedule. So then you send it off to writers who write for it. Designer then starts designing the skin. And, we've got a great designer who does great work. And then you've got a developer or two who work on it, and a database admin spends a little bit of time. And so that's kind of how it all adds up.
How much content do you typically have, like in terms of like pages of content you try to have there?
We like to have, on a big site, we like to have anywhere from, start with 100 to 200 articles around a particular topic. So for example, with the Treatment for Addiction website, I think we launched with 120 articles about the most frequently searched treatment-related topics.
Can a couple of writers knock out 120 articles in a week?
No, for that we would outsource, and you're probably looking at, a site like that, and that was more content than usual. Let me back up. That site was more content than usual.
Okay.
We probably launch a site with 20 articles, and then we'll continually roll out fresh content over time.
Okay, so the amount
2 writers normally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not all that much money in the content.
No. And content's cheap. I mean, we have great writers that write $25 an article. Even at 100 articles, it's $2,500, right?
And a lot of that's just outsourced then?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've got a network of about 50 writers that specialize in different topics. Most of them we've recruited through universities on a nationwide basis, just job postings at local universities.
So do they keep contributing after the site goes live too?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. In fact, we're tweaking the system now so when...
So you really open up your network really quickly.
Yeah, we want to create a really user-generated content experience. And so, on our mortgage site today, a mortgage broker can go and build a pretty kick-ass profile. And in the next iteration, they'll actually be able to start blogging on the site. So that the Orlando mortgage broker, the more that person writes about the Orlando mortgage market, the more exposure they get on the website. And then it becomes a marketplace. So a consumer will go and read the articles by a mortgage broker, start to develop trust with the mortgage broker and their expertise, decide that they want to apply with that mortgage broker for a loan, and we take a payment for helping to facilitate the transaction. And it's free content.
It's good because it's cyclical. It self-generates.
There's a really kind of perpetual life cycle, around this.
So it doesn't stop at once. It just keeps going.
Right. Right.
Then you get enough wheels turning at once, and you can
now we're
get
at
a
the
business
point.
model.
Now we're at the point where we're looking at hiring kind of a community manager for each site. Someone who can get in, answer questions, moderate the forum. Someone in the industry who wants to do this as a part-time job. A lot of times you have people who just writers who want to start to develop kind of a resume on the web of what they're writing.
Is all the research that you do, can it be done on the web, or do you have to go to any of the places? I mean, is it all electronic research? Have you done any international work?
No, not yet, but we started looking at the search volumes for some major finance and real estate related categories in Europe. In January, we're launching an insurance site in Spanish, domestically, but in Spanish. And there's a huge opportunity to grow internationally. A lot of the trends that we're seeing are successful here, are successful there, but we're kind of 2 years ahead in a lot of different categories. So I think there's I've seen 2 or 3 really crappy lead generators in real estate in the UK. If we went and applied this technology in the UK, very quickly we'd be at the top of the search results and providing great value to both consumers and businesses in the UK. I don't think there's a real estate site today where real estate brokers can go and build a profile in the UK. It's something that's really started here. You see what Andy's List or a lot of these kind of home improvement focused sites where they really ask small businesses to come and build a profile. We've even started building profiles and then sending it to the small business. Hey, we just built your free profile. Come and grab it. Would you like to buy leads? Would you like to participate in advertising? Do you want to blog on our network and establish yourself as an expert in this category? And so far, we've gotten great response. And I think it's because of a lack of opportunities for small businesses to get